Hey, what's going on guys, Arcus Pro here and welcome to step 3 of the Hackintosh project. So if you haven't seen the first two steps, you'd have to go back to those and watch them in order to make it here. But this is where we do start the installation of Mac OS X on our hard drive. So first off is you do want to grab the USB you have Mac OS X onto from the nearest download. I have my USB here, and you do want to download it and write it, which is step 1 of this. So you should already have done that, and once you have done that, you just want to grab the USB you've wrote it to and just plug it into either the back or the front of basically any USB port on your computer. And once you have done that, you want to turn on your monitor and you just want to boot up your computer. So first off, you just want to hit the key which does enter your system startup menu or BIOS, anything like that. For HP it is escape for me, but it might be F12, something like that. Just you want to Google that. So once you've Googled that, first off is that you don't want to go into computer setup, or it should be something similar for you, and you're going to go into device configuration, I'm pretty sure. Not that one, sorry about that. And in storage options, you should see something about SATA, and you want to make sure it is AHCI, as I have there. But a majority of yours, it should be set like that normally, and you don't need to change the boot order for now, but you can just go save changes and exit, but I already have. You can just exit that and it should bring you back to the startup menu again. You just want to click escape again, or whichever key it is for you. You want to go into boot menu and you want to click on the USB device that you've created. So mine's a Verbatman or something like that. So in here it should come up with all the hard drives. This is the secondary partition which I made in step 2. You should have something like that, whichever one you've named it. You can rename it again in a minute, but we're just going to boot up from nearest Mavericks here, which is our normal USB, and that's the USB we created. And down here is what you want to enter in some codes if you need them, like USB bus fix equals yes, or NCPI 0 times 2000. You should know some of these codes. If you don't, you don't really need to worry about them. I just did. So if you want, I just did -F for mine, but you can just click enter and that should boot it up. So once it has booted up, the Apple logo will appear and the spinning cog will happen down here. If it freezes, don't worry, don't touch it whatsoever, just leave it and it should be ready to go. So I'm just going to stop the video here and wait until it has finished. Alright, so it has just loaded. It did take a fair while. The spinning cog did freeze, so just don't worry about that, don't get scared. It's completely fine, it is part of the procedure. So this is basically the language menus. You want to click whichever language you do speak. For me it is English. So you just want to click English and you're going to wait for that to load. And in this part here, you don't want to click anything. Do not click continue, don't click anything. So up here, you want to locate utility. It should be up here. I'm sorry, I can't really fit it in my camera, but it should be utilities. It's the fourth one across from the Apple symbol, but you want to go into disk utility next. And once you are in disk utility, you do want to find the hard drive you created. Mine's Hackintosh, as you can see here, and you want to click erase. Up here, you just want to wipe it completely, and we'll make sure the format is Mac OS Extended Journaled. That is very important. You want to make sure it is that one. You just want to click erase, and then a little thing will come up prompting you to click erase again. You want to erase it again. But I already erased it, so we don't need to worry about that, and I've already installed it. So next you can just hit continue once you have done that. You have to click agree. And here is where we are going to install Mac OS X. So as you can see, Macintosh. But I've already done this, so I'm just going to not install it, but it did take around 30 minutes. So you just want to click it once, and then you can go down the bottom to customize, and this is where you install all the KEX and the bootloader. So you just want to go through every single one very precisely and make sure you have the ticked ones that do sound familiar for your system. Like for example, you want to make sure you have Charmeleon bootloader, and for graphics you want to have graphics enabler, yes. You just want to go through every single one of these, and you want to make sure that you click each single one, or click every one which does sound familiar to you and your system. So once you have that, you just want to click install, and I already installed it, but you just want to let that install, and once that's finished, it will restart your system, and that will be in the next step of this video. So I hope you did enjoy this video. If you have any questions, just comment below, and I'll see you guys in the next video of the Hackintosh project.